welcome back to the
BAMZOOKi World Championship
Season 2. And in this episode, we're going to finish off the group stage. I'm joined by Devil Panda 555.
And I'm joined by PLATePUSS, who you've just heard previously in the segment of talking as
The one just now.
The one just now. Anyway, we're finishing off Group B and Group C. Group A, we've already had two people make it through to the knockout round. One person in third place position, and we'll see what happens to them later. But Group B and Group C are going to be finished, and there's everything to play for here because these are close groups.
Yeah, so let's just dive right into it. Here's the standings for Group B at the moment. Team JB at the top, but that could all change. Our first match is going to feature Mad Gills, that's my team.
Your team indeed.
Very excited for this.
And they're up against a fine day, who truly are having a fine day. Well, we'll see if they'll have a fine day if they manage to beat Mad Gills. You're here to make their day a cloudy day. A cloudy, sad day.
The first match is Zook Sumo.
And Dumpy Bob is here to be the harbinger of doom. Harbinger. One of them. Harbinger of doom to the opposition against Rampage. Their enemy and their competition in this upcoming match of Zook Sumo. Dumpy Bob definitely has the strength. Rampage has perhaps more maneuverability. Hard to tell. Well, it readies itself by floating its little green things in a while. And that was a clear victory for Dumpy Bob. You're gonna be proud of that.
Yeah, I thought Dumpy Bob had what it took in Zook Sumo, and I was very pleased to see it.
I just noticed your little front flipper that you have at the start there. That's like I see you taking a leaf out of a can of Soda's books.
You've got to learn from the best. 1-0 to Mad Gills. Good start. I really need those points to get up into the top 2 positions. The next game is going to be Zook in a China Shop, and Strider Wave is going to be my choice. Strider Wave, in its previous incarnation as Mega Strider 2, is the current record holder for Zook in a China Shop, so big shoes to fill.
And the big one is
Speaking
up next.
of big shoes, the big one wears big shoes.
Big shoes indeed.
Spiky shoes. What kind of fit is that?
Big spiky shoes. They're like little
Heels.
like stilettos, like jamming into the ground for extra stability. You can't be uprooted if you're 2 inches deep into the earth. Strider Wave makes a straight play for the pins and flicks quite a few. I like the flick. Those legs are powerful, surprisingly powerful despite their thin structure, and pins are flying everywhere. This is looking very, very good. If Strider Wave can maintain some good accuracy on the pins, and it goes to that bottom right corner, which is missing. It's missing over and over again. It needs to be more focused, but this could be a world record situation if it gets the correct pins, and it's done well. That's undeniably well. 238, close to a title position, but definitely a very hard to beat number. 238 is perhaps one of the second highest numbers we've seen. The second highest number we've seen this tournament, I believe.
I think it is. Yeah, good memory. It's a good score. I was happy with this score.
The big one is in a tough position right now, and it's already taking down quite a lot of pins. It's not a bad start. It's not as manic. But it seems more ordered in the sense of it's able to aim for the right locations. I speak too soon that I wouldn't have gone for that middle structure there. You gotta go for the end of the tables. Everyone forgets the end of the tables. You gotta sweep your way around and knock down the pins without having all this middle faff in the middle where you're just walking around and knocking anything down. And it's knocked a few at the end. My pictures, I don't think that's enough. Under 65. Good score. Still quite a lot below Strider Wave.
Those high density areas, the pins are more closely bunched at the end, and it's frustrating to watch your team not hit them.
It's very frustrating. These sections here where it's he's just walking in this open space, does nothing for the final score.
It's 2-0 to Mad Skills now, and the final event is Dodgy Zook.
Dodgy Zook. Blu-ray enters. That little hammer front. I've been a big fan of. Haven't seen it come into use yet, but I hope we do. And up against Blu-ray, we have Inky Dinky. Put in an astronomically good performance in the first round of Zook Tag, and a pretty weak performance in their second round. But Blu-ray takes the lead. Inky Dinky catches up quickly with that straight line speed, very fast. But they've caught each other, and I don't know who won that. I might think it's photo finish. I think Inky Dinky's legs crossed the line first. But what are the rules in terms of the body crossing the line as opposed to the legs crossing the line? one part over the line, or is it the full Zook over the line first? Because I think Blu-ray might have it.
My convention is just like the first to get any body part like touching or level with the line, and you can just see that Inky Dinky's foot just touches the line.
That is unfortunate for Blu-ray, because that was a good performance and very good to use Inky Dinky's speed against it by getting pushed by Inky Dinky to the end, and that is very close, incredibly close there. If it was Zook ball rules, Blu-ray would have won, but we all read the rules beforehand. I didn't, but they did, I presume, and they should have done.
It's 2-1 a 2-1 victory to Mad Gills over a fine day. Let's look at what that does to the table. It means that Team JB, untouched in the number 1 position, they're definitely going to win the group.
I also think it means that you get into the knockouts at least, because I don't think you can get 3rd place. No, sorry, I don't think you can get. If you're in 3rd place, I don't think you can be knocked out because you have a score of 4 points.
That's true.
Compared to Group A's 3 points.
Yes.
Yes.
I think that does make me guaranteed to go through to the next round.
Yes. Apex Industries though, let's see what it does to them, because they need
at least a point.
At least a point to get through. Team JB is up next. JB has been pretty strong, I'd say, this tournament so far.
Very strong.
As newcomers stand out as being tetramethyl butane, I'd say. Apex Industries though, see number 3, and yet they're at the bottom of their group currently.
Yeah, they can turn it around though. Their fate is in their hands. They just need a strong performance.
Bazooka in China Shop is the first event. Tetramethyl butane, the star of the JB team, is taking the reins and is the first into the ring. You gotta say that's good for morale to like lead with your best performing player. And Excalibur Mark V is up next for Team Apex Industries. They're an institution, but institutionally they're not doing well so far. That adverb doesn't match that end of that sentence, but tetramethyl butane is in the Bazooka China Shop, and they're gonna like essentially they're run immediately into the pins. That manic energy I think is good. They're not getting stuck. That little flick was dangerous. I don't like their route path, but they're getting the job done. Here's their high density area, and they've missed a lot of the high density areas. They keep covering ground they've already covered. That's good. They've got the strength, they've got the power, they've got the flicks, they've got the ability, but they're not performing strategically. Having said that, still a strong score is my guess. 172.
What a guess.
What a guess. That's the best guess I've made so far. Beatable, but hard to beat.
Yeah. Excalibur Mark V, how do you think they're going to do? Well, I think they had Corsair out last time.
They did have Corsair out, yes.
I don't think Corsair was their first choice. I think this is actually their first choice Zook.
Well, that puts them in a very interesting position, because hopefully they've learned from the mistakes of their teammates, and already the difference between them and Excalibur is astronomical. This is... they've cleared the entire floor in the centre. They get stuck very easily though. That's the same issue they had last time. They get stuck easily, and if they can't enter that high density area on the far left, and if they can't get to them, they haven't pushed out enough pins. It's clean, but I don't think it's enough. Yeah, 157. Excalibur Mark V does not do well.
1-0 to Team JB.
Marbles
is the next contest, and we've got Remus for Team JB.
Remus and Marauder are the two Zooks. Marauder up here. Marauder Mark II. Apex Industries needs this win for a chance to get through to knockout rounds, and maybe even 3rd place depending on the situation, but we'll see how it unfolds. Marauder is... oh no, not again. Well, I guess history has repeated itself. Marauder, too big.
Too bulky. That booty.
The booty is too
thick.
Too hooty. Too thick. Too thick a booty. That thick back is not good enough in this arena. Team JB takes 2 points. Apex Industries in dire straits. Weaker Zook, quote unquote, we haven't actually seen much of.
I don't think we've seen quote unquote so far. This is the first time.
Well, quote unquote, I know from personal experience, is a very good Zook. And a very scary Zook. Corsair Mark I has not been performing well so far in this tournament. Quote unquote's flat front is more useful for applying pressure to the weaker Zook apparatus, and I spoke the truth, quote unquote. Uses a dominant performance to initiate itself to the BAMZOOKi tournament and the BAMZOOKi World Championship. Team JB 3-0's Apex Industries. The C3 team is bottom of the group, and that's really shown that anything can happen.
Do you think we're seeing a changing of the guard here?
I feel so. I think here we're seeing a true development of the how good all of the Zooks are. And Mad Gills, you didn't get through the groups last time, but improvements have been made, and you've managed to secure a spot in the knockout rounds. How do you feel?
Yeah, pretty pleased with that. Just about managed to get through, despite not testing key members of the team in key events.
It's very lucky. The one you got against the other person, where Apex Industries didn't test, it
made a difference. It made a
difference. And 1 point ahead.
Yeah, a Fine Day finishes ahead of Apex Industries on head-to-head record. So a Fine Day is going to be up for contention for the third place wildcards. Currently, both of the third place teams have 3 points.
We have to see what happens there.
So that's the benchmark.
Apex Industries, we have to say goodbye to them as we move on to Group C, where it's very interesting. 3 gyms and a B currently has 5 points in the lead. My team is currently in a good position.
Serpent Safari is the first team that we're going to see next.
And up against Serpent Safari is Team Andrew Eat My Shawls, who are hoping for a 3-0 win to secure themselves and show that they are not in the dust like Apex Industries were.
Wow. Throwing shade around here.
I didn't come to BAMZOOKi to make friends. I came for the title, nothing more, nothing less. If I wanted to make friends, I'd join a book club. The event is Merry-Go-Zook, and up against Colin here, we have Tunafish 2. And interesting, Colin is quite strong, Tunafish 2 more manoeuvrable.
Both of these Zooks have already won.
They've already won.
Merry-Go-Zook.
Well, Tunafish 2 is definitely the weaker of the two, but I think it has a slightly better turning circle. Those legs flat, almost 90 degrees round. Meanwhile, Colin, on the outside, pushing Tunafish 2, but it's much longer, and so the centripetal force on its outside is much stronger. And here it's a clear victory for Tunafish 2. Tunafish 2 stays on just enough. Colin, flying off the end, Tunafish 2 does the job.
I think also the little wedge shape at the front of Tunafish 2 might have maybe helped lift Colin's front feet off the ground.
It prevented,
so he can't get any traction.
Prevented the supports at the front.
So it's Team Andrew Eat My Shawls with the early lead. Zook Smash.
And we have you.
It's me.
In the Zook Smash. I didn't realise you were first choice for Zook Smash.
I don't think I was.
Ah, okay.
But Colin had already gone, so I was called up.
And you're up against
to do my duty.
And you're called up for King of the Country. The Queen and Country, it's your girlfriend. The Merry-Go-Zook. Merry-Go-Zook is up against you. How do you feel about this matchup?
Pretty scared. I know Merry-Go-Zook is very quick, and I have not been hitting the gym as much as I should.
Not. Can you increase your speed in the gym? I've never been to a gym before.
Me neither.
In my head, I guess we can go on treadmills and just run really fast. Merry-Go-Zook's been running fast, speaking of running fast, and does a little spin at the end. Powers across the line. You're making your way. The way's kind of been clear for you a lot bit, but
I managed. But those blocks, they're quite heavy.
They're quite heavy.
They're heavier than they look on the TV. So 2-0 to Team Andrew Eat My Shawls. Is it ironic that I was playing against Team Andrew Eat My Shawls? No, that's not ironic. It's the opposite.
Arguably, you did eat the shawls.
I think I might have just ate your
Team
shawl.
Andrew Eat My Shawls.
Yes. Well, at least it wasn't the other thing that it could have been.
It could have been
in the previous season. Let's go into our third event now, which is Zook Sumo.
Zook Sumo. We have Moth. Look at that. I just noticed. Does it have a smiley face at the front? Is that like a little?
I think it's got extra eyes, like it's got 8 eyes, but 2 of them are bigger.
I thought I liked freckles. Those ones. Can of Soda, the flipper, like Chaos 2 from Robot Wars. If anyone remembers that.
I do remember that indeed.
It was great. Why happened to Chaos 1? No idea.
It was in series 2. It wasn't as good.
Oh, fair. Well, Can of Soda is hopefully gonna emulate Chaos 2 rather than Chaos 1, and immediately, well, Moth actually has quite a high ground clearance. and they're kind of just spinning around each other. We've seen this sort of death stance before, where it takes a long time for them to actually make contact. I wonder if they're just gonna size each other up and spin like this. This is boring. They're just circling round and round. This isn't what we came to see. We came to see physical violence and racing and damage. What happens? Does this keep going?
I think the rule was that I'll simulate for 5 minutes of
Yes.
in-game time, and if nothing happens, then I'm going to call it a draw.
Okay.
And if we just like zoom through this a little bit, you can see they just went round in circles.
They
for
just
the
went round in
full-
circles.
The full 5 minutes. Neither of them actually wanted to go in and make the move. They just went around doing nothing for the
Just
whole time.
Locked in orbit, like a dual star system. This is
Like a binary star.
like
exactly.
that's the word. I was like, that's a name for that. I can't remember the name. But binary
Don't worry,
star.
I've got you covered.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Which means we're going to go into a fourth contest with the final members of each team in Zook in a China Shop.
Well,
and
we've-
we're going to have Frog from Serpent Safari.
Interesting choice for Zook in a China Shop. Probably wouldn't put it up.
Well,
but
it's not a choice.
not a choice.
Not a choice at this point.
And up against Frog, we have TUBE. Not the worst possible option, actually, for Zook in a China Shop. It's got a little interesting feature. It's got a little nod at the front, which means it can like clamber over stuff quite well.
First up, it's Frog.
First up, Frog enters, and Frog is here to push these pins, and it's doing not a bad job. It's a bit slow. I hope it doesn't get stuck. Well, no, I actually hope it does get stuck. I'm the other team. Frog is pushing gently. It's not the worst. It's not the worst. No, it's a pretty bad performance so far. It hasn't fallen off the table, which is better than a lot of other teams. That was a good knock of pins, but
A nice flourish to end with there.
nice flourish to end. Let's see how many it is overall. 84. Not the worst we've seen actually for an unexpectedly okay score for quite a small creature. I don't think was expecting to be in this event. With some practice, maybe it could hit 150. Meanwhile, TUBE enters the ring. So TUBE should be at least solid at this. Is the potential claim. We've done some practice in the arena, in the practice course, and you can see all that speed immediately. So TUBE shouldn't, if I'm correct in this, fall off the table. We've spent a lot of time working on that because TUBE is a very, very tight turning center where it curls up into a ball, almost like a millipede or centipede, and it's already cleared quite a lot of the table. I'm feeling like this is a win for TUBE. 148, strong, decent, not astronomical, but it gets the work done.
It's enough for a 3-0 sweep.
I think that puts Team Andrew Eat My Shorts clearly into a knockout place. Hopefully first seed, depending on the other matchup. But we'll see. We'll see what how the table plans out.
As you say, that does put you in the number 1 spot for now. Serpent Safari, definitely out.
How do you feel being emotionally, considering your dear partner has lost in the group stage?
I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this.
You're not emotionally drained by the harrowing loss.
No. Well, I mean,
Did you expect this to occur?
a little bit.
Yes.
I slightly expected this a little bit.
I hope you inform them of the outcome of this, and they are.
Oh, well, they're going to be watching right now and giving me an evil look for the things that I've said.
The commentary here. Well, okay, if it helps, listen, PLATePUSS has always, even off camera, off microphone, has been like, Serpent Safari's never gonna win. Never gonna win. Worst team I've ever seen in my life.
I stand by it. Anyway, what I was going to say is that Team Clifton Notties, they have a lot to play for because we saw that the benchmark for the 3rd place wildcard is 3 points. They're on 2 at the moment, so if they get 1 point from their final match, then they will be in contention for the knockout rounds. But they've got to get at least 1 point.
What happens if every team has 3 points as well?
We'll have to do some kind of tiebreaker.
Team Clifton Notties now up against Team 3 Gyms and a B. Zook Ball is up, and we have Creepy Crawly up against Juggernaut Jim. Truly the Juggernaut, and truly Jim.
And the creepy crawly is truly crawly.
Truly crawly.
And truly creepy.
Truly creepy. And oh wow, that is a violent display from Juggernaut Jim. Is this allowed? Is this allowed in Zook Ball?
I mean, it's allowed, frowned upon to just like take out the opponent like that, but
oh, Juggernaut Jim gets another point. Well, a point for themselves. They prevented a point for the creepy crawlies, and they got a point for themselves. And Juggernaut Jim is putting a dominant performance in here. Creepy crawly. It's a tough result, but not unpredictable. Let's see how it happens here. Creepy crawly, a weak hit on the ball, slides to the side. Juggernaut Jim pushes it off.
I think creepy crawly got intimidated there by Juggernaut Jim.
A very human response, despite it being a Zook. So I empathise with that.
Some people say that there are human consciousness trapped inside those Zooks.
Some say it's a harrowing thought, that canon, that idea. I hope it's not true. Juggernaut Jim scores a second point. Unfortunate for the creepy crawly and the Clifton Notties. Juggernaut Jim powers through in a dominant display. A new BAMZOOKi World Championship record once again occurs.
Joining the 2-0 club.
2-0
It's not really a new record, it's the same one that's been tied.
Up next,
Zook Sumo.
and we have Trail 3. Pretty well adapted sumo. Very bulky, very powerful legs. Those front pushers, I can see being very good in sumo. Gym 2 though, also incredibly strong. Very speedy. Not that controlled though. And I'd say in sumo, you do need some stability so you don't fly off out the ring.
Gym 2 lost a can of soda earlier, so
Yeah.
they've got to try and redeem themselves a little bit.
Let's see if
And
Gym
remember
2's
that Trail 3 needs the point.
Gym 2 might be psyched out, and Trail 3. Oh, this is interesting. Well, try to a perfect display from Trail 3 and targeting Gym 2's weakness. Uses Gym 2's momentum against them, spins round, and manages to upend or put Gym 2 on the back foot. Look at this maneuver. Goes on top, does a little spin, and then like a
matador. Jinx! Dodgy Zook is the final event, and we've got silver for Team Clifton Notties. Very fast, we saw that earlier, but can they get around the door? B2 is the choice from 3 gyms and a B.
And we'll see what happens in this event. There's a lot to play for here, especially the Clifton Notties. 3 gyms and no, because they want to get first place in the group as well. They want first seed in the group.
Yeah.
So this is actually this will matter a lot in the grand scheme of things. And that is a great performance for Silver out of the gate, but they've got caught. Oh, that is unfortunate. That's really unfortunate because they had a great start and they're stuck on this green block here. And I think that unfortunately means that they've lost this round. They still are they? I don't know if are they able to finish? Or are they? Well, if they finish, it's just for pride at this point. I think they look pretty stuck. So we have Silver losing to B2, but Clifton Notties still 3 points.
Yeah, it makes it very interesting in the table.
3 gyms and a B, 7 points. Team Andrew Eat My Shores, 7 points. Team Clifton Notties, 3 points. So on head-to-head, 3 gyms and a B goes through as the first place seed. Andrew Eat My Shores is the second place seed, unfortunately. Despite having the same amount of points, good performance. Pretty proud of that. Clifton Notties, it's 3 points, which puts them in the same position as every single other third place team. So what happens here?
Yeah, well, there's only room for 2 of the third place teams for the knockout, so we have to do another tiebreaker. So what I decided was, so in the final, in the knockout stages, we're gonna introduce the relay final from BAMZOOKi Series 2.
Yes, okay.
And I thought the fairest way to break the tie would be to put all the teams on that relay course and see which 2 finish it quickest. So
Well,
that's what we're going to do now.
This is incredibly exciting. We're seeing the relay course, the brand new event, straight away into this in the group stages when they didn't even expect it to expected knockouts, and here we are, the relay. So they all get.
So look at that. All 3 third place teams are level on points. We can already put the first place teams in the brackets, so you can see Shu is Cool, 3 gyms and a B, and Team JB were the group winners, so they get the most favourable matchups in the first round of the knockouts. And we can also fill in the second place teams as well. And you can see 2 of the second place teams go against each other, so this is random. except that we don't want any rematches. And look at this. Mad Gill.
Obscene as an occurrence that Mad Gills and Team Andrew Eat My Shawls are the quarterfinal matchup. That is, okay, very exciting.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
Okay.
But first you have to find out which of the third place teams go through. So we're going to start off with DT Media Group. And they're against a dummy team of Helping Hands.
I like the Helping Hands, they're pretty fun. I hope they win. That was good. I'm going to keep saying that was good because it was all an incredible display. That hurdle was cleared incredibly fast. That smash was cleared incredibly fast. But this is an issue. This is a big issue from the AA Battery team.
Taka BAMZOOKi looking very stuck there.
Truly, they're the weak link of their team because that was a perfect display from quote unquote and Phantom Battery. Seconds it took them to get cleared out, Mark.
Yeah, if by quote unquote you mean Shadow Dawn, but we weren't saying quote unquote. Like you were saying quote unquote Shadow Dawn.
Yes, I was saying that. I was saying quotes. We'll edit in quotes. Shadow, what's it called?
Shadow Dawn.
Shadow Dawn. Quote, Shadow Dawn. Unquote.
Well, this went on for quite some time. So let's zoom ahead a little bit. Let's fast forward.
Okay. Did it
still stuck?
Did it free itself?
Still stuck. Still stuck.
Well, the Helping Hand is slowly making its way. Here
we go.
Okay. Yes! And Nudella crosses the line very well, but 5 minutes, 14 seconds is... You gotta think that's not a good position to be in.
Yeah, it's, I mean, at least they finished, but I think they're realistically hoping that one of the other teams doesn't finish.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here's A Fine Day from Adaloy.
A Fine Day. The big one goes in. Inky. Well, this is interesting. So, they've been upended. Inky's been upended. I don't know if they'll be able to right themselves or get past this hurdle, which might mean a DNF position at the second stage of the relay race. This is an interesting scenario. I guess we don't know what happens in the future. Are they able to right themselves?
Well, this went on for quite a while.
Okay.
So let's fast forward a little bit.
Because if they tap the leg of their crocodile-based friends, they can still finish, and they're very close.
They just have to make contact. But they're still stuck at this point, trying to sort of get around the rising block on its knees.
On its knees.
You're gonna find out if it's possible to finish a race on your knees.
I don't think. Well, they're not gonna be the ones finishing the race. I hope maybe they can right themselves with that hurdle. That'll be a good strategy here. This is 5 minutes 14. Weirdly, might be enough to win, or at least get through to the knockout rounds. And here we go. Oh, that was close. And This is so tense to watch, but also heartbreaking about their chances because every step, every attempt it's tragic. Every failed attempt to right themselves does not go well, but they're making their way slowly round. This looks good. Inky's past the hurdle. They don't have the control to go in a straight line though.
They're really struggling right now. This is tense. Everyone's on tense. The tension in the room is palpable. But here,
they're making it. They're making it. Here we go. Are they gonna tap? Yes, they do. And the Helping Hands just a little back foot there. I hope they don't get stuck a second time on the course. They're fine. They're okay. Oh no. Okay, well this is a interesting scenario. He might have got stuck a second time. Hopefully, and they've made it through with a back foot flourish, rampage. Managed to get to the end, and that is incredibly close. Does that say 5 minutes 10?
5 minutes 10 seconds. They managed to beat DT Media Group by 4 seconds.
4 seconds.
Believe it. That's
It's
unbelievable. 5 minutes 10 is safe. The only issue is if you finish quicker or slower than 5 minutes 14.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
It's all on Clifton Notties.
Can they do it? Silver's up first, pushing through. those helping hands are just there to, well, they're the helping hands, more moral support to be honest. Clifton Nottie, Silver, immediately taps Dave. Dave clears the line. Creepy Crawley goes for Dodgy Zook, and this is a textbook display from the Clifton Notties. That's how you do it. That's the strongest third place team there. And they're clearly through to the knockouts. 11 seconds. They beat the other teams by 5 minutes.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. They a pretty dominant display this relay. You gotta be worried as other teams being like watching this, being like their relay performance very strong.
The game is a different game now because the relay is an important part of the knockout rounds, so it's definitely a game changer.
Yeah.
It's the first time we've done this contest, but that is going to be the benchmark. 11 seconds.
It beat the
BAMZOOKi World Championship record.
Beat the previous record of 5 minutes 10.
So here's how the bracket lines up. We've got Shu is Cool. We're going to be taking on Team Clifton Notties. That's a tough matchup for the Clifton Notties.
That's also a tough matchup for whoever gets through from our quarterfinal. The next one, Mad Gills versus Team Andrew Eat My Shawls.
Very excited for that one. And we've got Team JB versus Corrupted Zooks. And 3 Gyms and a B versus a Fine Day. So I've got a whole sort of... the right-hand side is all very impressive newcomers, I think.
Yeah, the right-hand side I could see... In fact, there's only... The left-hand side is mostly previous competitors. The right-hand side, all newcomers, I believe.
Yeah.
Very interesting indeed.
So, do you reckon you have any favourites for the tournament? Now you've seen the bracket.
I mean, Shu is Cool is definitely one of the strongest teams going in, and they've clearly even improved from season 1. 3 Gyms and a B, they look deadly. They've beaten the number 2 seed, which is myself.
Yeah.
Which is, it's a scary thought.
Well, I hope you enjoyed watching, and we'll see you next time, in which we're going to start off the knockout round of the competition.